gonna make chicken/Chukar Chilli Verde. And the reason I'm using chicken as well as Chukar meat that Michael harvested is because Chukar can dry out. Even though I brined the breast, and these are all breast meat, I brined them, they can still dry out, and so I want to add some chicken as well as some chicken flavor. Oh my gosh. These are home canned chicken legs that I did last May, and they just, with the bone on, they come out delicious. This is one of the only times I will raw pack meat. First off, it doesn't gunk up your jar. I mean, it does kind of look like a science experiment, but I don't, even if you par cooked them, it's going to. It doesn't stick to the jar. The bones, I can actually crush them in my hand, the ends of the bones, and give them to the dogs. Plus, you end up with like a bone broth that's in here, and it's delicious. I just want to tell you, it makes the best chicken soup on the fly, no, hands down. So I'm also going to use some home canned northern white beans, and I already opened these. I was ahead of myself. I'm going to rinse and drain those. I've got a 28 ounce can of green chili enchilada sauce, and that's a mild, I think, medium, sorry. And a fire roasted green salsa, and that's a tomatillo based salsa, some more green chilies. I'm going to saute my vegetables in garlic infused olive oil, and on my board here I have 4 large cloves of garlic, a half of a red onion that I have left, a small to medium yellow onion, and 1 very large jalapeno. And then I've got my salt and pepper here ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and in my Le Creuset pan, Dutch oven, I'm going to put a fair amount of olive oil down. Remember, the Chukar has no fat, and I'm going to saute my vegetables in that olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here while you guys are on camera. Actually, no, I'm going to bring you over and we'll do it there so you can see. And you may not be able to see my cute salt container, but I love it. Pioneer Woman and my pepper grinder. And this is a really good pepper grinder. I've spent way more money and got a horrible one. This is a really nice one, so I love the way it works. All right, off to the stove. Off to the stove we go. Okay, so I hope you can see. I've got my pan hot with the olive oil. I'm gonna put my onions down there. And the garlic can go in because it's got so many other things in there. I'm not gonna let it burn. Trust me when I tell you, I won't let it burn. Okay, and I am going to cut up the Chukar meat. Get my fire turned down a little bit. I don't want it too hot, because I really want these to just get translucent. And go ahead with some salt. About, I don't know, a teaspoon. And some pepper. And we are going to layer this. So, how do you guys make chili verde? Let me know. Do you do it with pork? Do you do it with chicken? How do you do it? I do it both ways, but you know, we have the Chukar because of hunting season, so I don't want to waste it. And you have to be creative, otherwise you get tired of eating it. You can't eat it the same way. And this will be great leftovers. Michael can take it in his lunch, because it's cold. It's not going to get out of the 20s all week, so I think the snow is going to hang around after today. Some of it's melted, like our patio is melting, but that's about it. So, we got a little bit of snow last night. Let those go, and I'll bring you back. I will add a lot of this stuff, but I got to cut up the Chukar, and I also need to take the chicken off the bone. Do you guys want to see that? I bet you do. I thought you might want to see how I bone the chicken. I've already cut up the Chukar breast meat. Whoa, that has a really good seal. I can barely get that off of there. And if you look at the rim, how indented it is, if I wouldn't have bent it, you could use this for dry food storage. But I just use a fresh lid. I don't have time for that. So I've got it right here. I hope you can see. And you just have to reach in and grab the first leg, and it's gonna fall off the bone, because that's what it does. See how tender that is? Ugh. And I try to get the skin off. And you can save that for the dogs. So they love it, love it. So I'm gonna put that on the corner of my cutting board for the dogs. And I wanna show you, take your little pin bone out there and this cartilage off the end. And then you just shred that chicken. No worries, all good. But look at this. You literally can crush this in your hand. And it is so good for your dogs to have that. It won't hurt them at all. Just the ends. The middles get a little bit splintery, so you don't want to give them that. But crush that up and give it to them over their kibble. They will love you for it. So I'm going to get the rest of this done. As you can see, the chukar meat is all cut up, and what I've done, there was actually a couple gizzards in that package. These are chukar gizzards. I'm gonna cook them along with it. This was still partially frozen, but I went ahead and cut it up, and I think that's plenty of meat. It's a sizable amount of chukar. That's probably, for those of you that are gonna follow along and try to cook this, if it was all chicken, it would be the equivalent to 2 chicken breasts. If this is all chukar, so it's probably 8 chukar breasts, because they're only about as big as the palm of your hand. So that's what we're doing, and I'll bring you back when I'm all done. We're putting it in the pot, and then we can get to work, because I gotta get busy. Okay, so we have our onions all translucent. Look how beautiful they look. Just starting to brown in a couple of spots, but that's perfect. And oh, it smells amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the meat in now. The chukar meat is nice and cold, so gotta turn up my burner. And like I said, you can do this with chicken breast for sure. Oh yeah, that's gonna be plenty of meat. I don't think we need any more than what we have between this, and there's my chicken. And it's got all this, look at this. This is all the coagulated, it's broth. It just, because it's full of collagen, and absolutely fantastic. So I see something I missed though. I want this doodad out of there. This is a piece of the end of the knuckle or whatever. So grab that. And it's already looking good. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. Okay, and I rinsed out the jar, so there's about a cup of water in there to get the rest of the broth out of my jar. I wanna add my green chilies. See how easy this is? It's absolutely fantastic. My salsa, and that was a 16-ounce jar of the roasted salsa verde, which has got the tomatillos. Now you could do this from scratch and you know, go through the hassle of making your tomatillo salsa, but I'm using what I've got in the pantry and in the freezer and in the vegetable crisper. And there you go. That's easily 4 quarts, and by the time, this is a 6-quart Dutch oven, by the time I put the beans in, which is coming right up, that is going to make about 5 quarts. And I've rinsed my beans, and these are home canned beans. You can add them last. These beans, even though I dry can my beans, which, you know, Ball doesn't, or they don't recommend it, but they're so done, it's not even funny. They fall apart, and they're delicious. I'm a rule breaker sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna let this simmer, until it is all the meat is completely cooked, and it's ready to serve. And you can serve this, I'm going to serve it with fresh cilantro on top, sour cream, and some corn tortillas on the side. Oh, look at that. You could add corn, you could add hominy. I want to keep the carbs a little bit lower on this, so I'm not going to. The beans are all we're going to have, and it will help thicken as it cooks and the beans kind of break up. Sometimes you don't even know that they're there. So that's what's going on, and we'll be back when it's all done. So we're finally done with the chili verde, and it smells and looks amazing. Ooh, we're gonna have to have a bite. Hold on. It looks delicious. And I topped this with sour cream, fresh cilantro. It's tangy. It's delicious. Oh my gosh. And he's gonna have it with corn tortillas. It is fantastic. I hope that you guys try this. I hope if you're not a subscriber, you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, share it on your Facebook page, and come back tomorrow and see what's happening over here at Linda's Pantry. Don't forget to check the links below, and oh my gosh, you need to make this. Trust me when I tell you, it's fantastic.